What is good, squad? It is your boy Cass, and we are here this afternoon with something a little bit different than what I'm used to doing, or what we're used to doing here on the channel, y'all. We used to playing horror games and stuff, but today we're gonna do something a little light after Christmas, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So a little funny, you know what I mean, brain thinker. Let's go. Have you ever? No, I have not, but I've heard wonderful things. This is just a slider. The computer is barely visible. Alright, it's barely visible. The fuck I need to have a whole bunch of, you know what I mean? Into the current time. No. That's my time right now. Shit might be a minute off. Accessibility could be the me. All right, let's get it. Hold it down. All right, so we play Stanley, a guy who works in this office building. We hate our fucking job. Listen, from what I know, this shit is hilarious, and it's a dope game. So, with that being said, hold it down. I'm doing one more thing. Yeah. Little different, y'all. Damn. Alright. So, with all that being said, squad, let's go. Never the end is never the end is never the end is. We see where this is going. Yo, what's good? How was everybody holidays, man? Everybody Christmas, you know what I'm saying?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I feel like this is a simulation.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
What?
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Hey, all right. Yo, we walked.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
In the meeting room? Maybe I missed the memo. Where's the meeting room, y'all? I hate Mondays. Oh, we can shut the door. Oh, smooth boy, let's go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Alright.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Alright. Boss's office squad. Oh, the door smacked the shit out of him.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Guess we can't go out there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
What's the truth?
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
You told me!
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Bro, you clearly told me. Wait. What the fucking code was? Okay, we stepped in there. Okay, so we stepped in there. Are you serious? They expect me to... Am I supposed to jump down there? Oh. Boy! I'm just saying, though, like, what y'all want from me, my boy?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Okay.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
So now we decide to question the work that we've been doing all these years.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Now you see, we have a problem because that right there says escape. And that says Mind Control Facility. Alright, we're going to play it again. We're going to play it again because apparently it's choices. We have choices.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
We got no motherfucking choice. We're going to find out. One way or the other.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Wow.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Fired. Wow. It's crazy.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true.
Yo, what's good? This is the Stanley Parable, my guy.
All this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Now, yeah, because we got no choice. We listened to the narrator, and that fucked us. We do have choices.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah, we listened to you, and it screwed us, my boy.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
Wow.
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Let's dismantle the fucking system then. Okay. That might have been one possible ending.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Okay.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
But I'm not
But
sure
as
that's
sunlight
freedom.
streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
I'm not sure
Perhaps
this
his
is
goal had not been
the
to
truth.
understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
I don't believe
Stanley stepped through the open door.
There was no open door, my boy.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
So what was that escape?
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay, but there was a sign, handwritten, that said escape. Like, get your first achievement, beat the game. All right. So, okay. Here we go again. Back at the office.
All of his co-workers were gone.
It's a repeat thing. Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's get it. Nah, Chief, we doing everything the opposite. I know what you want now. But you controlling the game?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Alright, we're going to stop at the employee lounge. Yeah,
yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah, not really, my boy.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Really?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, well. See? And here we go. This is the opening. That beat the game shit, simulation. Now we here. We gonna avoid everything this motherfucking narrator tells us and see what we gonna uncover, y'all. Let's get it. Oh shit, do not jump from cargo. I can't jump anyway. Live while in motion will cause death. Duh. Penalty for misuse 1,000. Penalty for jumping from the cargo lift 5,000. You gonna charge me 5,000 for killing myself?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Oh no, sir.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I know.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
That's cool, bro.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Ooh.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
And this is about me.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who the fuck is her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
Who's her?
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who's her?
She's been waiting.
I don't know who her is. No, see, I don't know who her is. And I don't think we should listen to you, my boy. Yeah, we ain't listening to his ass. Let's keep moving forward. Ugh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
No, what happens if we come over here? Can we? Damn, we can't squat. Oh, we can't squat. Can we unplug this bitch?
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
I certainly
There wasn't
did.
supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Fire!
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone.
No.
He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Oh.
Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything.
Oh, shit.
I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person? I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making.
Settle down.
Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch.
What you gonna do?
I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you
if
properly
they can
on
stop
safe
the
decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Bullshit.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if
Yo!
used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people.
Okay.
Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making
What?
choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world,
Yo, this
just
crazy.
remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Let's go. Let's go back and try to force my hand, but you won't. I won't let you. I won't let you.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
Damn, I
that
should've
story
jumped.
would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
This motherfucker's trying to force me to do some shit I don't want to do. But we're not gonna do it anyway, y'all. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna give him the satisfaction. We ain't gonna give him the satisfaction.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
We're gonna take that door on the left, y'all.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just
Alright.
follow my lead
Let's
and you'll
go
be
left,
fine.
but
All right.
fuck up some shit over there.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to
They
his boss's
blocked the
office.
stairs. Fuckers. Oh!
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
"991."
Stanley spoke the code.
Nightshark 115.
He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Nightshark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I'm trying for real. Alright. Nightshark 115.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously.
Wait, can I turn on the fucking options?
Then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and...
Hold on. Yo, this game is fire. Language eagle. Can hold on. My microphone narration up. Oh my god, yo, this shit is dope. Alright. Okay, shit. Alright, let's go. Nope, we can't speak. I thought we could.
Always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
This is
right.
fire.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Alright. Alright. Damn you. I like this shit.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Yo, this is fire. Oh, whoa! No, don't shut this shit down.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see.
I did!
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Yo, Stanley's
That
a
thought
pork.
hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Yo,
Oh,
watch your mouth.
my story.
Watch your mouth.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Ah!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
Yeah!
I need you to walk through the door.
The Stanley Parable Ultimate Deluxe.
Can you hear me? Is everything alright?
Developed by Crows. Listen, developers, this
The
game...
story needs you. It needs you to make a decision.
Yo,
it can't
William.
exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make
Jan,
is just
Richard,
fine. They're both
Mariska.
correct. You cannot be wrong here.
Y'all
We can
did the
work
damn
together.
thing.
I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
We fucked this shit up.
Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me?
And this is based on the Stanley Parable 2013?
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Yo!
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Yo, we really fucked up. Hey, yo! Back to the office. Alright, y'all. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This is fire.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
This
of
wasn't here
disbelief,
before.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, I did. This is fucking paper. It's a note. Come on. You can't interact with that shit? Alright.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
I used to read Word
What
Up
a relief
magazine.
Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. and he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
Okay.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
All right.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
That's not how it is, boy. And we still fucking here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Yo, that was some real...
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Excuse me?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Yo, what the whole purpose of talking about Mariella for? Back at the office. Oh my God, squad. Yo, do me a favor. Hit that like button.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, now we not going in the meeting room. We tried to do things normal. Oh, no.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
we're going to do it one more time after this. We're gonna go up the stairs now and see if anything changed up there.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Fuck you!
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
This narrator...
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Yo! Open passageway, bro. Yo.
Only time language.
My bad, squad. I thought somebody was knocking at my fucking door. Alright. Into the door.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Do we keep going? Because the narrator would say that to get you to turn around because he wants you to do what the fuck he wants you to do. But we brave, squad. Let's go.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I gotta see, bro. Oh, shit.
As the machine whirred into motion and
shit.
Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
We dead,
He doesn't
y'all.
know the real story, trapped forever
We
in his narrow
dead.
vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator,
Who's
as
this?
Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated, as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Wait. So where the fuck are we? Oh, what the hell? The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Shit.
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Wow. Office layout. Filing cabinets. Yo. Button sounds. Yo. Maintenance room. Yo, this is fucking crazy. Warzone. Narrated emails. From Like Harris, subject question. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. Sevilla final warning. This is a skeleton inside you. There is more skeletons in this world than humans. Okay. The office. Yo, there's a lot of shit in here. The meeting room. Alright, up the stairs, right? That's what we came on? Alright, yep, let's go up. 427. That's my office. That's my office, bitch. My name is my name is Stanley. Yo, this is crazy. So where the fuck are we supposed to be going at?
It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. Stanley, but of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Pushed the orange lever.
Alright. We gotta go push the orange lever. Yo, this game is fire. It was a room over here that had some colorful levers in it. Here it is. That's what he said, right? The orange lever? How do we fucking press it? Well, maybe not. Let's go. Exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Yo, this
But
game.
listen to me. You can still save those two.
Okay.
You can stop the program before they both fail.
How?
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
What do we do?
Don't let time...
Too late. Too late. Wow. Okay,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
let's answer the phone.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now let's answer the phone. Do this correctly.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
To the
he
door
entered
on the
the
left.
door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yo, this game is so fire. Like,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
you fucker. Alright. I mean, we got no choice, right? We're already here. Next time, we gotta do it again because I want to go down the stairs. That's where the factory was, right? And when we go down there, what we're gonna do...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
No. How come we can't jump? It said we were supposed to be able to jump. You can't jump. Achievement unlocked. That's fucked up. You said I could.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility,
I
it was
turned
too
it off
horrible
last
to
time.
believe
I'ma
it
turn
couldn't
it
be
on this
true.
time.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all
I
this
gotta
time?
try these
Was this the only
different things,
reason
bro.
he was happy with his boring job?
Look, it's a
that his
balcony up there.
emotions had been manipulated to accept
How
it
we get up
blindly?
there? How we get up there? How we get up there?
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Apparently.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means.
Oh my God, we're fucked.
I barely know where to
We're
start.
fucked, squad.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Right.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
Oh my God.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be...
Shut up!
One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
Yo.
You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
What the fuck? Yo!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nah, we going downstairs. New content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't know. We about to find out, my boy. Fire. Fucking hair itching my ears.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Hey!
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
I didn't know.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Let's go, y'all.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Hey! We can jump now. We really gotta jump to, you know what?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
What's gonna happen when we run out? Yo, if that was the new content, y'all, I swear. I'm gonna inbox you guys.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Narrator.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
My God.
Now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Oh, again with the backwards shit? I'm the backwards man, the backwards man, I'm the backwards man, the back.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to follow these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Twitter.
It's my fault, Stanley.
Crows,
I'm
coming
too much
for y'all.
anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
Yo,
no frills.
Stop playing
no
with
gimmicks.
me. Y'all serious?
Just you and me having a great time together like always.
This is the new content?
What do you say, friend?
No, that was the new content? Y'all allow me to jump in a circle? Wait, y'all. Hold on. Holla. It's different. It's different.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
What?
I want to show you something.
What? What the My boy. My boy, hold on. This must be the new content. And I don't want to fucking go down there yet. You see that?
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
You know what? Oh, fucking this fucking narrator.
Never mind. You're not a dork.
Oh, what? Yeah, watch your mouth. Bro, but you dragging us down. See? Damn narrator. This shit is fire. I need to try this for yourselves right now in the Steam store. I believe it's still on sale.
Okay,
If
you
not,
remember how cheap
let's
and
get it.
unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Yo, shit had awards. The release 2013, the original remake. The Stanley Parable demonstration. Wow. All right, y'all. Crows. New video game releasing today. Stanley Parable deals with tough choices.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
10 out of
Like
10.
the stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created.
I heard.
That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now.
No, this
A
shit
lifeless
fire.
husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Yo, knock it off, bro. This shit fire. What's this? Maintenance zone. Of course he got that shit blocked off.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone.
I didn't add
to
this
spend
shit.
the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Yeah, like I added the content. There's a fucking door. Excuse me. How I get over there to the serious room? I need over. I need in there.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Steam.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Let us see.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humour and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
I don't know
I'm trying to make a
what y'all
serious work of art.
Shit,
I
funny as
suppose I can
hell.
write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Yo, this game is fire.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I?
Nah.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Damn.
I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
And those are
Perhaps the Stanley parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remember. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No.
Calm down, my boy.
The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to be... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me?
There's no button.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you.
no way out of here either. The fuck is that? The fuck? Yo, this game is fire, y'all. Do me a solid. Everybody that's still here watching, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything.
Oh my god. What are we doing? He won't shut the fuck up though, for real. Like, you cool narrator, but you are blabbing.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Come on, button!
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the
Oh my god, I thought I heard feet. Oh! Oh, this extra content is crazy. Yo, this is crazy. About to die in here. Oh, oh. Plant life flourishing. Where did they die? Fuck. Alright. It's so dark in here, bro. I don't want to be down here. Hurry up, button. Ain't no fucking button. What did we do? All because we didn't listen to the narrator. We're gonna follow the sun. Let's follow the sun. This is crazy. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the... A phone ringing. Where? Where? It's a phone ringing.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Really? No narrator? No telling me to go to the meeting room? New content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, we're gonna skip all that.
Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Yo, see, there's so much you could do with this game, y'all. Like, so many choices.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Stupid bitch.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
You gotta look through your notes?
See, we went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all.
The
You're not supposed to be
balcony.
here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Yo, I love this game. Is that phone gonna ring again?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nah, new content. We want that new content. Wait.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
I didn't do
Did
nothing.
you move the story somewhere or... Hold on.
I didn't do
Why am
nothing.
I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Right.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Oh.
Let's find the story.
Whoa. Let's go left. Let's go left, y'all. What the fuck? Alright. I'm hyped. I like this game.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Wait.
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Wait.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The new content door is gone. There's no doors.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
What did we miss? That's the meeting room right there. What the fuck?
something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
So what the hell's going on?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
What the fuck?
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Okay.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't care
fucked
what
up.
might happen this time. I have to restart.
Alright, y'all, here we go again. The
All
Stanley
right,
Parable
I've got a
Adventure.
solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
And it's gonna lead us somewhere else. Why?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Well, you went
You know what?
somewhere.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
And what am I supposed to study? It's a fern. Fuck you mean?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
No, what the fuck?
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Yo.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh, how about that?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
Oh, we're
Go
wandering
on.
in circles.
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Aye.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this
game.
Thing. Wall.
Fantastic.
Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
So what happens?
And the timer stopped.
Stop.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
It stopped.
How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
Finna find out.
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
And here we are back at the office.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Alright guys, after this we are calling it an end for this episode. If y'all like, y'all know what to do. Let me know if you want me to come back through with some more Stanley Parable Ultra Edition. You know what I'm saying? To see all of the different choices that we can make. This is fire. Let's find out what else he has for us now. Then...
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Whoa.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
What? Are you fucking serious, y'all?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover
Are you
with a
serious?
fully-fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
Yo.
This is what fans have truly been asking
I'm
for.
on board. Reach out to me, crows. Investor Showcase.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
What's happening to you? It definitely screams
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Well, I want involvement. This game is
Here
freaking...
we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Hear your name in the game. Hear your name in the
For
game.
the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to... Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
No!
Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Yo.
Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Truly,
If so, then please step forward and press the button. Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Oh, I got it.
It hits even harder the second
Yeah, I
time.
love
If
this
this
shit.
were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Alright. So let's see what other things they got here, y'all. So,
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
reassurance bucket, achievements, collectibles, yes. Even the whole free achievement.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this leap. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Yo, I definitely need parts. Yo, oh my god, I
What
love this
else?
game.
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet? Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go
Whoa.
up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
0 out of 6. Or 1 out of 6 now. Alright. Collect them all.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Yo, this is fire, bro. I really can't wait.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Let's see. And then we're gonna exit.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Great! Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Fire! Yo, the sequel, bro, it's gonna be... Y'all understand, this game is fire. Alright, we did the jump circle. We ain't got no more jumps remaining. Setting world champion, alright. That's new. Merch, reinsurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
What might that
It's
be?
the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while
Give me the
bucket is
fucking
in your
bucket, my boy.
arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Hey, yo.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Yeah.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Well, thank you.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, well. I long for this.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Oh, so we checked out every exhibit, right? Yeah, but it says gym. We did the screenshots. No screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Fuck you asked me for.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on. Come now, you've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
You're an ass. Okay, so we did the achievements too. Exit, exit, exit. I see exits. Alright, squad. This is definitely dope.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yes,
Ready
sir.
to move on now?
Yes, sir. And I look forward to y'all gaming. The parables.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
There is potential.
Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Please.
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Are you fucking serious? Begin the game? Was this really the Stanley Parable 2 the whole time? Hold on, y'all. Hell no. No
This
way.
is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, of every month, of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-eating, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
Yo, we not,
Something
we
he would
can't,
never
we
quite
can't,
forget.
we can't, we
He
can't.
had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Hold on, y'all, we can't. We can't. Alright, hold it down. Oh my god, it is! The Stanley Parable 2.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket.
Yo!
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Alright, we'll do this first one.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. Found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley.
That's all right.
God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Alright, squad. After this, we ended it. We'll be back. Let me know if y'all want me to stream this again. If not, like, I'll play some of my
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
Very, very good game.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together.
Very well put together. Very entertaining.
Comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Really?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Hey, yo, they really brought the bucket into this.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way.
How?
And the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
I love this fucking game, bro. It is hilarious.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door.
Hey,
the
yo.
bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Hello?
Wait, what was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place.
Yo!
Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself.
What?
As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
No!
Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
That was one of the enders. We died in the darkness. Alright, y'all. We're going to do this again. I need to know if y'all want me to do it again. First off and furthermore, this game, very funny. Thought mind bending. You know what I'm saying? You got to use your mind, and people don't like shit like that. This game is fire. Developed by Crows. It's fire. Exclusive. Y'all know what it do, man. This is your boy Kaz Gaming, man. This has been the Stanley Parable Ultra Edition. If this live stream has made your day in any type way, video for y'all to catch it later, then I've done my job, squad. Until next time.